Okay, so unfortunately, the Packers suffered some key injuries last night. That is not going to be, helpful, as the Packers need to have a very good stretch of the season to end the year to hope they'll make the playoffs after losing to the Giants. And we have two injuries: Jayden Reed and Dontayvion Wicks. So Jayden Reed apparently has entered concussion protocol. Here's a quote from Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel podcast. Cassidy Hill said this: "Not only is Jayden Reed in concussion protocol because of the play on the two-point conversion, Dontayvion Wicks has what he believes is a high ankle sprain. They're still waiting to get back an official word, but that is what he told reporters in the locker room tonight." So the Packers, who are already without Christian Watson, who pulled his hamstring once again, missed this past game against the Giants. Now Jayden Reed concussion protocol, which means he may or may not be able to play against the Buccaneers next Sunday. A huge blow to the Packers. And then Dontayvion Wicks, who has really played well a lot of this season. The more opportunity he gets, he had a nice snag last night. But the fact that he has a high ankle sprain, those can be pretty serious. I feel like those can keep guys out a few weeks. It really just depends on the severity of the ankle sprain. And we don't officially know, as Cassidy Hill said, whether or not it is a high ankle sprain, but apparently Dontayvion Wicks believes it is. So the Packers receiver core is getting very, very thin, and we just have to hope that Christian Watson is able to return from the hamstring injury next week, which I don't think is necessarily a given, considering I think it kept him out 3 games to start the season. If Jayden Reed also misses and Dontayvion Wicks, the Packers will be very, very thin at receiver, and that's just not what you want to see when this team needs to stack wins up now, especially after losing to the Giants. 4 games remaining: Buccaneers, Panthers, Vikings, Bears. One thing I think that we saw last night is that when Christian Watson isn't there, the Packers lose that deep threat, the guy who can stretch the field with his speed. And I think we witnessed that last night. And, for a stretch of games this season, Christian Watson was struggling, not playing well. But when he really went off was when the Packers started to beat good teams, against the Lions, against the Chiefs. And so I think we've seen just how important Christian Watson really is to this Packers offense. And no doubt, Jayden Reed is also just as important. The Packers have really been getting him into just trying to get the ball in his hands. We saw so many jet sweeps last night, little end arounds. The first one, I think it was the first one of the first ones, ended up as a touchdown. Obviously went well. The next few, the Giants really just read it well, stopped him in the backfield, and then it didn't really work a few plays. Then Matt LaFleur decides to call it on the two-point conversion. Also doesn't work. But clearly, Jayden Reed is a big part of this Packers offense, even as a rookie, just because of his speed, his explosiveness. And if we lose our key slot receiver there, along with Christian Watson, it's just not great news. Not great news for the Packers. Let's hope these guys can recover. I'll keep you guys updated as the week goes forward, whether or not Malik Heath actually has a high ankle sprain, or maybe it's hopefully something less serious. We'll also keep an eye on all these other injuries moving forward and progressing. And the Packers have just suffered so many injuries this season, key injuries. Jair Alexander has missed so many games. Of course, David Bakhtiari, Aaron Jones. And, you just wish that you could have a fully healthy roster, because then you can sort of see, I guess, what your team can be in that situation. And we haven't really been able to see the Packers at full strength most of the season, honestly. So let's hope these injuries aren't serious. I'll keep you guys up to date as always. And if you haven't subscribed, you want to see more Packers content, Packers news, feel free to turn on the post notifications, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.